I'll try to add in where I can.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. All right. So Donna asked, do I day trade out of the gate? Yes, I do. I'm not locked into that 10 EMA strategy. I will use the 10 EMA strategy sometimes, but I use the VWAP a lot. I use pre-market lows a lot. Like let's go to Tesla. Tesla's a better example. So Tesla is really good about, especially here the last month and a half. Of course, everything works, just not all the time, right? Tesla breaks below pre-market, I'm going short. Now, if you did, we'll go to a 3-minute chart, but if you did, what happened? What happened? Oh, okay. So if you did the snapback strategy on this, it wouldn't have triggered on this candle because it never went $2 below, but it did trigger here. So if you got in here, you immediately got wicked in and then lost. So sometimes I'll do the snapback, but I haven't got enough faith in it yet. And it's because I haven't back traded it.
So the snapback is it goes $2 down and then moves in the opposite direction?
Yeah. So, okay, the first 3-minute candle. And you guys let me know if you can't see my candles.
Yeah, you can see. That's good.
I can make them bigger, longer, taller, whatever.
Yeah, they look good. I can see them.
So here's your first 3-minute candle. Actually, we'll just go ahead and back trade this. All right. So your first 3-minute candle comes in, boom. In order for the snapback to work, the low of this candle was 937.16. So it needs to go $2 below that to 935.16. So the next candle does not, it's an inside candle. Next candle does go below. So it now triggers the ability to take the snapback, right? So now if it goes back and crosses above that 937.16, then you can go long. And so another thing I've been playing with is shares, because I want to do this snapback. I do believe in it. It's just I haven't back traded enough for my personal use. And until I'm able to do that, I'm not going to live or die by it. I mean, I know Matt has, and that's great, but I like to try things myself. But anyway, so if this comes back above this line, then you get in. So what you can do is go ahead and set a stop limit order at this level, 937.16, to get filled if it comes back in. Now, let's say you did that. You're not filled yet, but boom, you just got filled and you just got stopped out because your stop is the length of that first 3-minute candle. So 937 to, that would be $7 and let's say $7.44. Yeah, you got, that's over $10. So you just got stopped out that quick. 1 3-minute candle got you in and stopped you out for a full R loss. There was no opportunity to move your stop at all. So what I would have done is the fact that you had this inside candle and this candle here broke below the pre-market support. I would have played that on a 50% retest and I would have got filled. And then I would have put my stop up here above this first candle. Maybe about where that line is actually. So it'd have been like about an $11 stop. So, and then I would have been using puts because I can't get shares. I can't short shares on Tesla. So I have to use puts, but that's okay. That's okay. So I would have got triggered in, boom, I'm in a put and then it goes down. Probably that's not enough. $7. That's pretty close. I'd probably need another $4 to get filled for like 1.2.
And what if it didn't retrace 50%?
I wouldn't have got in it.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't have got in it. I would have missed. I would have looked for a different, a different entry. I'm still short biased, right?
Yeah.
But I just simply wouldn't have got filled because I would have wanted it to come about halfway through that candle.
So what if
Mm.
that, the second long red candle,
this one?
yeah, what if it would have retraced 50% of that one?
If that one would have come up, if this one did not fill me and this one came in and filled me, I would have been okay with that.
Yeah.
Probably what I would have done though, honestly, is if this one did not fill me because it didn't quite go 50%, but almost did, I would have raised it up to see if I could get that put a little bit cheaper. And as it turned out, I would have, because look, this came up and almost did a full retrace of this candle. So I could have got that put cheaper. And what that would allow me to do is to know if I was going to be wrong sooner, right? Because look at, all right, I'm going to see. I don't know if you guys can see this, but see this purple line?
Mm-hmm.
That is VWAP. I play VWAP a lot. I use VWAP a whole bunch. Look at where it failed. Failed VWAP, failed VWAP, failed VWAP. Never hit VWAP, but failed VWAP. Man, that tells me this thing is going down. No doubt. All these VWAP fails. The bulls cannot even get it to close above VWAP. That tells me it's super weak. Same thing, like if the bulls are in charge and the bears can't drive it down below VWAP, I am totally comfortable taking a long. So if I only used 3, right now I've only got 4 up. I've got the 10, 20, 50, and VWAP. That's it. And then RSI, which I do use RSI, but I use it more for divergence, right? And you're getting some divergence right here. You see that? You see how this is going up and this is going down?
Yeah.
So you're getting divergence. So I do use it for this because I like that. I'm trying to remember to look at volume because Tony's got me trying to remember to look at volume, and my brain always doesn't track every single thing, but volume is important too. But remember, I'm going for a quick hit. Especially in the original question was, do I take it out of the gate? Yeah. So here we are. We're only 18 minutes in the day. So yeah, I'm already in this trade and I may have gotten filled here, actually. That would have been really close. Let's see what
For your target, you mean to get out?
Yeah. That would have been really close. I probably would have marketed out here on this candle because, and it may have been the wrong decision. It's just that I know Tesla and I'm probably at 1R right now. I'm not above 1R, but I'm probably at 1R. When it starts doing this, you get these little inside candles. It just as easily will pop up as it will keep going down.
And I've been trying to learn more about the pricing and early morning pricing and IV. And at that point, when that green candle comes in, is that when Tony talks about the option price being sucked out of it?
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. I'll tell you what we can do. Let me move. Y'all bear with me. I'm going to see if I can't get Think back up or on demand or whatever it is. But it will give us our it'll give us option pricing pretty good, actually. It's pretty close.
While you're doing that, George, if I could say something about the snapback real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've back tested, I think 5 months now of it because that was all I could get back with the 3-minute data, and it was not, I don't know, it was not near what I feel like it was presented as by Matt. As far as, there was 1 month, like March, I think, was just, I have to look back in the notes, was just incredible. Like it was hitting them like every day and you get really excited. Yeah. And then the next month and the month before that were like nothing, like you lost money doing it. Which, every strategy has that sort of thing. But thing with that one for me was, I have trouble with the blind robotic thing, which is Matt's digs, and he loves it. But I've trouble with that. Like, I have so many internal things that rebel against that when I start actually doing that. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Where it's just like, do this when it's that, and it's just, I can't. It's so hard for me to do that over and over, especially when I see other things going on in the chart. But what I did find really helpful with it was, if the snapback, like in this situation, like if it gets immediately stopped out, like to get in on that direction is a really good signal. Like, it's a really good confirmation of a trend into the short side here
You're talking
in
about
this
flipping.
example. Yeah,
Yeah, if you get
it
stopped
gives you
out,
really good
immediately flip it.
confirmation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
playing
so I
off the
haven't really been
snapback
able
was
to,
good.
yeah, the last few weeks I really haven't been able to trade day trades because I haven't been in front of a computer, but I have looked, and what I have found is that right now the snapback works beautifully if you're taking the trade in the direction of the trend. So if you've noticed, Tesla has been doing this sell off just before the open thing, right? Didn't do it real hard here, but if you go back, you can see, okay, yeah. So it did it here just before the open, it sold off, right? So here is one where the snapback would have worked beautifully. Here's your 3-minute candle. This candle doesn't go above. This candle does go above 2. This candle puts you in the trade. Your stop is up about here. And then boom, look at this. That's a thing of beauty. So I have found that if you're following the trend, and look at what is the trend. The trend, any way you want to look at it, is down, right? That line is pointing down, no matter where you put it. So therefore, you're taking the snapback in the direction of the pre-market or post-market trend, right? So therefore, it works. And that was my point, is if you take it in the direction that it's going, like this is up. I mean, if you just look at pre-market, this is up. It's going up. If you go from here to here, that's up. So look, your first 3-minute candle, boom, here's your opening candle. It goes 2 below. I actually took this trade. Yeah, I remember now. Actually, I actually did take this trade. So it goes below and then enters in, and boom. So I have found, at least lately, if you take it directionally, same thing with the 10 EMA. If you're at 10 EMA strategy, if you are going counter trend with the 10 EMA, you're getting smacked a lot. So for the purpose of, okay, so listen, if we're going to focus on day trading, here's what I like to do. And this is a good place to start, or we can go to a different stock, and that's good too. I'd like to hear why. Why are we taking a trade? And that's what we've been talking about. Like, I took it because it broke pre-market lows, right? That was why I was short biased. And then we got talking about the snapback strategy. So whether it's the snapback or the 10 EMA, or you're taking it based on this, or you're doing an S curve, like I just said, I was going to get out here simply because usually when Tesla starts doing this little consolidation, you'll get a pop up. And to answer your question, Donna, that does bleed the value out. Let's say that I got in here and I'm up about $375 here. And now on this candle, I'm up about 410, 420. I'm really close. I'm trying to get out at 450. I'm really close, but this candle comes in and now I'm back to like 380, maybe 370. And it just sucked the value out. And if it goes up at all, it's really going to beat me up. So that's why I said I would probably mark it out here, get out. But then this candle comes in and I got out for nothing. And that happens a lot too. And I'm like, damn, if I'd have just stayed in, I'd been golden. Right. But I'm a bird in the hand kind of guy. If I'm at 1, and because Tesla, if you've been following Tesla, you know that it will hit a little consolidation phase and then just rocket to the moon. And that's what it's been doing. This was just a spectacularly weak day. But what we can do is, if you guys want to pick a ticker, I don't care. Somebody pick something, anything.
Hey, George, just ask you real quick. So I just learned about the snapback trade. So it's only on Tesla, right?
Yeah. Well, the back trading that he's done is on Tesla. As far as I know, I haven't taken the snapback class, so I'm just assuming that yes, that is correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So there are some people that took the snapback here. And again, I have not taken that class, so I'm only going by what I've learned from Joseph and Yates about it. I don't know all the rules, but okay, here's your first 3-minute candle. This clearly went $2 below it, but man, it did not go back in to that buy zone. It didn't break that plane right there until right here. So if you put your stop the distance of this candle, you're good. You're not stopped out. So you're back up, you're in. So let's play a game. Let's do this one just to give you an idea of how the snapback works, right? From what I know. And Joseph has done more with it. Has anybody taken Matt's snapback class?
No, I haven't.
I haven't either.
All
I was
right.
thinking about getting it.
Yeah, I'm not against doing it. It's just I haven't had time to do anything. So, all right, let's go ahead and back trade it with the limited knowledge we have. It's based on the first 3-minute candle. So boom, there you go. So now we have to go $2 below that, which is the low of that is 870.02, right? So we have to go. Is that right? What am I looking at? It says 870.02. Why is this? Oh, because, all right, I'm not going to move it. So we're going to have to go to 868. Boom, we clearly did. We more than surpassed it. So now in order to take that snapback trade, it has to go back across this purple line, and your stop is going to be the distance, the length of this first candle. So that would be $7.46. So 63 and a half, 62 and a half. We're just going to get close. So that can't be right. All right, I'm having basic math problems here, guys. $17.50. All right, my bad.
Oh,
So that would be 52 and a half. All right, so boom, there's your stop. Okay. So we're going to put that as red. That would be your stop. And then your target is 1.2. So that would be like $20. So 70, we're going to say 90 would be 1.2. And I'm just estimating. It's probably not exactly perfect, but that's what we're going to go with because I don't feel like doing math. All right, so there's your target, right? So let's just play it and see what happens. So it comes in, nothing, 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 nothing. See, at this point, I wouldn't even be thinking about a snapback trade, but whatever. There were people that did. So boom, you're in it, right? You are now in that trade. Now, one thing you can do right now is you got a pivot. You can move your stop up. So you're not going to lose a whole R now, right? Boom. And I am definitely moving my stop up now. See, it never went up there. If I'm not mistaken, it never hit it. So at this pivot here, the way I trade, I would have gone just above break even, right? And then I would have got stopped out here. It would have been about a break even with slippage. But that's a risky trade, taking that snapback after that big drop down. But I don't know the rules, whether that's even possible. But if you did, that's what would have happened. I don't think you'd ever, even if you stayed in it, I don't think you ever would have hit target. No, you wouldn't.
And there's no time limits, you know, if it doesn't hit within an hour, you scrap it or anything like that?
I honestly do not know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. So what would you guys like to back trade? Pick anything.
I think Tesla was good.
All right, we'll stay with Tesla. Pick a
I
date.
agree.
Pick a date. I think we can go like 4 months back.
Let's go 4 months back.
All right, so 4 months from today.
It'd be like February-ish.
Yeah. All right, we'll go 3 months. We'll go February 7th. Let me do this. I want to, just so we can't see. I'm gonna remove all my drawings, but I just want to go like this so that we can't see where it is when it opens up. February the 7th. All right. So there we go. And there we go. Well, that. All right, so we're already going to know there. So what we're going to do, guys, is I'm going to give you the first candle. And you need to tell me right now, is there anything as far as indicator you want to add that I don't have up? Right now I have the 10, 20, 50 VWAP and RSI and volume.
That's basically all I use.
Okay, anybody else?
No, that's fine for me. I mean, I want to learn more about VWAP. So, I mean, the way that you just explained how the stock respects VWAP, I want to learn more about that. So I'm fine with
It
that.
really does. I mean, especially Tesla. SPY is another one that really you can use VWAP. If you use nothing but VWAP on SPY and Tesla, you can make money. It'll really help you a lot. All right, let's look at the first candle. Boom, there you go. So what we'll do is, if nobody wants to jump in, I'm going to push the button and give us another candle. And then when you are ready to jump in, tell us why. That's it. Now we can go back and look and see what Tesla's been doing. Let's go back 5 days and just kind of get an idea of what Tesla's been doing. All right, so it obviously ramped up, right? Oh no, well, there we go. That's all the information I'm going to give you. So Tesla's shopping, basically. Right now we're currently on an uptrend, right? So, but it's consolidating, it's chopping. So
Two
we can
bullish
mark
days in
out,
a row.
we'll mark out some levels to help us, so that we know, because look, this is a nice resistance right here. Boom, 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 boom. It's having a problem there. We'll do this one. That's our most immediate levels that we're going to be working with. I mean, we can do this one, but I don't think it's going to come into play. And then we'll do this one. And that's 4 lines. That's more than enough. So there's your levels. This is the channel that it's really been in, right?
So we would have had a red day and then 2 green days in a row.
Yep, it's just, yep, it's basically, yeah, you got a green day, and then, yeah, a red day, which wasn't much of a red day. But this was, this was a nice little 935 level, right? So again, 935 is another little resistance area. So that's probably going to come into play. So we should understand that. Now, if it what we want it to do is blast through that if you're thinking long. And I can tell you, I am thinking long. So
Why?
does any-
Why? No, I was just gonna say why too.
because I'm looking for a continuation. You know, I don't have point of control up, but if I had point of control up, point of control is probably going to be here. But if I went back in time, this point of control is probably up here and has not been tested yet. So that would get me to like 940. And that's what I would be looking for. Of course, I have no doubt that there's a lower one that hasn't been tested either. I'm going to tell you why. All I need is this right here, this pre-market to make my decision. That's it. That's it. I mean, it's nice to see that the last 2 days have been green, but this is all I need right here to make a decision. If I'm setting this up and if we're wanting to know how George trades, George is going to tell you. And kids, don't try this at home. So these are my lines. These are the lines I care about. I care about this one up here because this is going to be my target, right? So see how this candle came down and hit pre-market low and bounced off of it so beautifully?
Yeah.
I probably am going to set this up right here. And I am, let me see if I can find it. Yeah. See VWAP and the 20. I am going to set that up right there. I'm going to go long. And I really hate going on a breakout, but let's see if this will get me where I want to be.
Are you thinking anything about that volume bar too?
This?
Yeah.
No, because what I do want to do is put up, and I've seen how Yates and a lot of people have average volume line. It's like a little flow line. I do want to do that to show me what average is, but I don't use volume as much as everybody else. I use what you're seeing here. I will use the 50 and the 100. So if I had, or the 100 and the 200 on a 3-minute. So if I'm looking at that right now, they're down here. So everything is stacked. All my EMAs are stacked. So I'm comfortable going long. And look, this is a 1.4 trade right here. Now, you guys are welcome to take a counter trade. You're welcome to take it at a different spot. You know, some people would wait and try to get in here. You know, I would also, depending on what this next candle does, you know, if it comes down, that could change my mind. But right this second, right out of the gate, after 3 minutes, this is what I'm setting up. I'm looking to go long above VWAP and all my EMAs and hoping for a breakout above the 735 level and a drive up to 947. And that would give me 1.4. So there's my why. That's why I'm taking this trade. You guys want to see what happens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so look, you got another bounce and reject off of that right there. So that tells me that I'm going to keep that trade open and I'm in. Now, right now I'm risking a whole R and that's fine. And I'm going to just sit and see what happens.
Wow.
I can tell you right now that my stop just got moved to about, I go about 936. It'll give me a $1.50, which isn't a lot of money, but I'm jamming it because if this decides to retrace back and die, I don't want to get stuck. Now, this is an example of how I really trade, guys. It doesn't matter. I'm out.
Yeah, that's a winner.
So there's my 1.4. And then I'm going to watch it. So my rules allow me to take another trade, but I can only do a half R. So I'm going to be reluctant to take one unless we get a nice little S curve come in here. And then I would maybe take it for a half R back up to get more. But remember, we put this blue line here for a reason. This was resistance. So y'all let me know if you want to take a trade. I'm just going to push this button and see what happens. Okay, so you guys understand the difference between, oh God, what is it called? It's not a flag. A flag goes down, right? When it goes up like this, what is that called?
Is that pennant? No.
Well, it's kind of making a pennant, but there's a name for it. I forget. All right, so I'm looking for an S curve to come in here. This would have been a kind of a decent place to go short, but what this is we were not the only ones to see that resistance. So you can tell that people are selling here, right?
Yeah.
And so this is normal. This is to be expected. But this hammer right here, man, that tells me a lot. If I wasn't in the trade, if I hadn't have took that trade out of the gate, a break above this would have been good. So we'll see what
You
happens.
wouldn't have looked for a bounce off of that. I don't know if that's the 10 or the 20, that green line.
So yeah, so we're above the 10. We haven't closed below the 10. So that's another thing I have. And I learned that from Tracy's mentor group, is if we get a close below the 10 and I'm in a trade, which hasn't happened, I am jamming my stop up. If I haven't already moved my stop, I am jamming my stop up. And it's kind of how I traded already, but the way she explained it to us made so much sense that is the strategy I use if I'm in a trade. So what I'm trying to learn to do is stay in a trade longer. So what I probably should have done is learned, I should have took half off here and tried to get more. But I'm happy with 1.4, guys. Do I want 4R trades and 5R trades? Well, hell yeah, of course I do. But I'm also, I can be totally satisfied with 1.4, 1.5 trades all day long. Let's see what happens. All right, I'm liking this little consolidation. So I'm only allowed to take a half on R trade, but I am going to take it above that red hammer. That's the level that I'm playing, this red hammer. And I'm only allowed to take a half an R. So let me see if I can learn how to use this silly thing. If I go like that. So it has to be a 1R. It has to be a 1-to-1. Yeah. So that would be about a 1R. So I'd have to, what would I have to do? I'd have to, my brain just quit working, guys. 1.5. Yeah. In order for this to be a half, that has to be a 1.5. Yeah. Actually, it has to be a, yeah. But that is something I would be willing to try, that trade. Simply because all this buying, all these lower wicks, if this S curves out of here, I want to catch this breakout. I don't like that one. That candle comes in, it completely changed my mind. I am canceling this. There's no way that should have happened. Now, what do we know? What do we know is fixing to happen?
The S curve, right? The bounce.
But why?
Pullback.
Why do you think it's going to bounce right here? I agree. I think it is going to bounce, but why?
I would think because of the S curve, the pullback.
Okay.
Or resistance at the EMA. Oh, in the pre-market.
Yeah, you got your pre-market high here is now support, and you're also right on top of your VWAP.
Oh yeah.
So if I can get filled right now at VWAP, it's basically at VWAP, I would take that. And I'm either going to be right or wrong really quick. Boom, I'm in. Nice hammer. I like it. Not crazy about that one. but I'm in and I'm out. Boom. I just lost a half hour. So I'm no more trades for me. I'm 0.9 for the day.
So you think that's something you would have really done? Like
Yep.
made the 1.4, then went back in and tried to get another half an hour?
Absolutely.
Or
I would, no, I wanted another full R, but I was only risking a
Okay.
half an hour
right,
to
okay.
get it. Yep. That's exactly what I would have done. And it tried. Look, it tried, man. Look at this. It came through VWAP and boom, it instantly closed right above it. Came back and tried to get above it. It tried hard, but the bears are like having none of that. They're like, nah, man. And that, I can tell you why, is because this, let's go back in time, is a super strong supply zone. If you're mapping out supply zones, look here, here, that is a selling point. Methune taught me that. So yeah, so I would have taken that trade. Yeah. But as per my rules, I'm not allowed to do any more trades. Simply because I can't go from, I'm not gonna go, I don't want to go from green to red. I'm not doing it. And I'm already up, I'm still up almost an hour, so it's not a bad day. What would you guys do right now?
I don't know if I would have took that other trade.
Huh?
I don't know if I would have took that other trade. I maybe
The second
I
one?
think I don't know, after I made that 1.4, I think I would have done. I hope I would have think I would have been done, but I don't know. I
And
mean, I
that's
can
fair.
understand
Yeah, that's fair.
that's. I mean, but I understand why you did it because what you saw. Um, it's just
Yeah, I really thought we were going to bounce off of this resistance and
Thought I
VWAP.
did too.
The fact that it came back down to VWAP did not surprise me. The only thing that made me nervous about that trade is this strong close back below the 10 EMA. That was the only thing that made me nervous about it. So I can tell you that I used to overtrade really bad. Really, 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 really bad. So my other rule is if I'm up over 2R for the day, I'm done. I'm shutting my computer off. I'm gone. I'm done.
right.
Even if I just watch Little House on the Prairie all day, which I don't, but I'm just saying, I'm done. I have to be done because the temptation to trade is strong in me. And I know me. I know my weaknesses. I had to learn my weaknesses, and RLT has taught me my weaknesses. I mean, to find them, right? Just like when we're back trading, guys, this is truly how I trade. 100%, I would have took that trade, and I would have been okay losing that half hour. I wouldn't have cried about it, not even a bit, because it was worth it. It was worth to try it.
That was good to see in the mind of George. That's good.
Yeah. Now, there's some things that I might have done a tad differently, but it just happened so quick. I may have, after this candle came in, I may have put my stop under this 50 because there was no reason for it to break that 50. So, all right, let's hit the button some more. Let's see if we can get you guys to be comfortable taking a trade. All right, so the snapback strategy, I don't know what the time constraints are on it, but if you were to take that snapback strategy, you would have just got in it, right? Do you guys understand that? And do you also understand that the 10 EMA strategy would have had you going short below this candle on this? You would have got filled here.
Right.
So you'd have been in short on the 10 EMA and you would have been in short on the snapback.
Because it had to come all the way back to the opening 3-minute candle.
Right. Which is, yeah, which puts the entry right here. And then that puts your stop. We're going to just guesstimate, but right about there. which means your target is going to be about 915.50 around about. So we'll see what happens. And y'all holler if you want to take a trade. Because I'm okay with pretending that I haven't traded, and I might go with you. Okay, so what are we seeing here?
S curve.
Yes, we are seeing an S curve. So a break below this candle, you could play that as a 10 EMA strategy. You could have played it below this one as well. That would have been a better one. You know, you could have went short off of this candle, and that would have helped. Because if you would have been real aggressive, we'll just do this. We'll just do this. So we'll put our stop right above that candle. And where we got to go to get 1.2? Ugh, I hate that. I hate that we got to go below low of day to get it. But let's see. Let's just see what happens. That's what this is all about, is back trading. See if it would have worked. Boom, there it is.
Worked.
Yep, you just got 1.2. But see how taking the 10 EMA with the trend works so beautifully? That was not counter trend at all, because we're bearish now. You know, this candle right here made this a lower high. So we're bearish. But yeah, that was nice. That was a nice trade. I don't know who suggested that, but kudos. You're not eating bologna tonight unless you want to. All right. So how do you guys have rules for, okay, I'm not trading after 11, or?
I definitely slow down, and at 11 o'clock, I get up and I leave, and I'm watching things, but I rarely take trades later in the day.
Yeah, I typically try not to trade after between 11 and 2.
Yeah.
I might be here listening to whoever's in the room. I might be doing other things. I might be back trading. I might be doing any kind of, trading related thing, but I'm typically not trading. I don't know. I don't have real good luck between 11, especially 11 and 1. So, but that's just me. All right. Do you guys want to keep going or go to the next day?
Go to the next day.
Yeah, next day it's fine.
All right, so Tesla got weak that day because look, it broke pre-market low. Did we have a? Yeah, we've got one down here at 875. Look how beautifully it hit that supply zone and died off.
Yeah.
So we'll remember that, because I'm trying to remember when I had this line. Oh, that was at 935 level. Yeah, let's put that back down. I moved that. And this line, I don't know what this line was about. We'll get rid of that. All right, so this was pre-market low. We really don't need that anymore. So let's just go see what happens. So I want to make a note about something. See how this came way down here?
Yeah, see it.
And it started consolidating and it made this double bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it came here and did it a third time. If I'm watching Tesla, I am long right here. And let me tell you why. This is where VWAP comes in. This is an inverted head and shoulders. Y'all see that?
Sure.
Oh yeah, see it.
Right? Boom, boom, boom. I am taking this long above this candle and I'm trying to get to VWAP. So if that's the case, let's say that I hadn't taken any trades today, because sometimes this happens. I don't get filled in the morning. So this is going to be a quickie, guys, because if I'm wrong, I'm going to be wrong relatively quick. So that's one. I'm going to go for about 1.5, but I'm trying to get up here to this purple line because I know Tesla and I know Tesla. So we're going to go to that purple line and we're going to use the red line because the purple line is going to drift down, right? So that's a 2R trade if I get it, right? Now let's see if Tesla actually goes back and hits VWAP.
Oh,
Boom.
it did.
There you go.
Wow.
So I'll often take that trade. If I didn't trade in the first morning, especially now that I'm using shares instead of calls, because this right here, all of this right here would have chopped up my call horribly.
Yeah.
Horribly. But I'm not in a call. I'm in shares now. I'm doing all of my longs are now shares. From now on, that's what I'm doing. So
Is that just on Tesla or?
yeah,
just in
yeah, but
general?
that's Tesla's the main thing I trade. Tesla and SPY. AMD, I did take a quickie on AMD yesterday. But Tesla, it's better for me to focus on one. Before I was focusing on like several, like they're doing 6. They're looking at 6 in the rooms. Man, I just can't.
Yeah, I'm finding that also that I need to really trim my list.
I agree with you guys. That's the same thing I was telling Tony. I mean, because I feel all over the place. I feel like I'm never mastering anything.
Right.
I'm
And
like,
see, Damien, that was exactly what happened to me that brought me into RLT is I knew a lot of information about trading, but I was trying to use it all at once. And it wasn't, and none of it was doing me any good
right.
because
I understand.
I had too much going on, right?
Yeah,
And so I find simple is better. Keep it simple, stupid, right?
I agree. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a Tesla guy. Now I will look at other things, I mean, if there's something like, especially if I'm in it, like IWM. Okay, let me, well, we won't do that. Remind me before we quit to look at IWM and I'll show you how I handled IWM Friday, Donna.
Mhm.
All right, so let's go to the next day. But anyway, you see how that always goes back to, almost always will go back to VWAP. So that is a good trade. If you want to trade Tesla or you're already trading Tesla, incorporate VWAP because it will typically always go back to VWAP before the end of the day. So will SPY. Now look how that died off at the end of the day. That's not good. So we need to keep that in mind because that should affect how things go the next day. Let's see, what's the date? The 7th. Yeah, it's on a Friday, so we'll keep going. And boom. So let's go to 9:30. It's 15, 18, 21, 25, 24, 27. So we get one green, one candle. Boom. Of course it's red. Everybody knew it was going to be red. Okay, so I can't take that candle back. We already seen it. See this pre-market? Now, if we're watching what George does on trade, I am marking that level. We know it's coming down. So I'm looking to go, probably I'm looking for a short. I'm not locked into it, but I'm probably looking for a short. Because all of your EMAs are stacked to the short side. All right, are you guys doing anything with that first candle? You need another candle.
I would look to enter below that before the low of day on a short.
So you would already be short now?
No, meaning that if it retraced some and then broke that low of the first candle is would be my entry.
Okay, so you're looking for it to come back up and then go short here.
Yes.
So like a 10 EMA play, you're looking for a green candle here.
Not necessarily a green candle, but just some sort of retracement and then a break below there.
All right. It's going to be a little hard for us to do that, but I see what you're saying. So are we going to assume that you're going to do this
Yes. We can do
and your
that.
stop would be what, up here?
Yes, unfortunately.
It's okay. Tesla can move a lot. That's one thing I love about Tesla is it has range. So this is only happening if we get a retrace up, right?
Yeah, because I would probably be too slow. I wouldn't get my entry in time.
Yeah.
So
I like that trade. I would do a similar thing. And I honestly would probably want to see another candle to see what happens. But remembering what happened yesterday and how it sold off, right? We're already pre-market is down. It's already broke pre-market lows. That is not good. I do know that I would, if I were just going to based on this candle, right? I'm going to try and do something like this. A lot more aggressive. And then I'll put it at 2. I don't think I'll get 2, but something like that. Simply because I think Tesla will, I think it's going to bounce it back up really, really hard. Let's see what happens. All right, so you're in, Donna. Or are you in? I'll let you call it.
I probably would, no, I would probably be looking for it too. Well, I guess depending on how that candle played out, I could be in. Because
Well,
of the
it
long wick.
opened, it
could've-
came down, and then it popped back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say at this point, I'm probably not in
All
yet.
right, so you're waiting for it to, now you're waiting for it to break
Yes.
below. All right. And I am going to try, I'm still trying to get filled myself because I'm still not filled. I am in now.
Now, yeah.
And I'm probably going to get stopped out. That's a strong candle. That's a heck of a reversal right there. And I'm stopped out. Donna's not in.
And I'm not in.
Let me get mine out of the way. My poor
Did it
little
break the pre-market or the pre-market high?
yeah, it went up and touched it. It didn't
Yeah.
close above it, but it's struggling with it.
A little bit of
I
an
don't
S-curve
think
coming in there.
we went. Oh, we did.
What?
All right, so this low was 97.05 and this low was 90. Yeah, snapback and this one candle. All right, so there's your snapback. If you'd have set it up,
But wouldn't it have to go bullish and break the
nope,
opening candle?
nope. It has to go $2 below this first candle, which it did, and then it has to go back above this line. So
Oh,
your
okay,
stop,
yeah.
yeah. So your stop has to be. See, the problem is this candle is so big. I mean, this is a. No, it's not horrible. It's 10. We're gonna call it $13. So you're gonna have to go $13 to $8.97 to 84. You're gonna have to put your stop down here. So therefore, he goes for 1.2, doesn't he?
I'm not sure.
Well, you'd have got filled. Hell, if you did went 1.4, I think you'd have got filled. No, well, no, it'd have been close. We're gonna say you would have. That snapback would have worked. Y'all see that?
Yeah.
I mean, I can go back and replay it and show you. No, we'll do that. As you can see, it came down, opened, went $2 below, and then went back above. And now you're in. You'd had to be in quick, right, to get in that trade. And then boom, there's the snapback working.
Yep.
Hey George, this was really good, man. I appreciate this. So you're gonna be doing these every Saturday? I got a coaching with Tony right now. I'm about to jump on with him.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Yeah,
every Saturday.
most Saturdays I'm willing to go as long as y'all want to go. This particular Saturday I have to cut it off at 11:30 because tomorrow's Mother's Day and my brother and I are taking her to dinner today.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, that's great.
But
Happy
yeah,
Mother's Day to the mothers.
yeah, most Saturdays I can go as long as y'all want to go. But yeah.
Okay. No, this is good. Thank you guys. Good
Okay.
happy Mother's Day to you too, Donna, if you're a mother.
Thanks,
Mother's
Damien.
Day.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
All right, you guys. I'll see you guys on the next one, or see you next week.
All right.
Yep.
Thanks.
See you, Damon.
All right. Bye-bye.
So this is really strong, and I'll tell you why I think it's really strong. You came down and you never hit VWAP. You never closed below the 10. You're bouncing, you keep bouncing off the 10 and it just doesn't want to close. Here's another attempt to get back to VWAP and it just never even did.
Yeah.
And you're starting to
S-curve.
get this little S curve out of here.
Yeah, it's strong.
Yeah, I would be leaning, even though the volume is really crap. That is the only thing that kind of makes me nervous, is that volume is like declining volume. So this is not real strong, but I'd be willing to play it above a breakout. It would have to be a quickie. Like if I were to do that, my stop would have to be this candle. Yeah, just for a 1.2, something like that.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to try that just for giggles.
Sure.
Now, if it goes down and breaks my stop, obviously I'm going to reconsider it.
Right.
And yeah,
It does.
so there you go. So Tesla, once again, I mean, it's a good no trigger.
Yeah, sure is.
So,
Yeah, I haven't really, the snapback, I've just briefly heard about it here and there and haven't really looked at it much, played with it at all, because I have enough strategies in my head. I need to master some of the ones that I have.
yeah,
So,
well, I mean, it seems to be good for Tesla, you know, especially the reason I like it is because Tesla really does move strong in the first 30 minutes. So it's a quick strategy, right?
Yeah.
But you do have to be quick with it, because look, I mean, you've got to be on point, ready to put
Right.
that order in.
Yep.
You know, and really you need to have your broker set up to where you can do on chart.
Yes. Do you trade through Thinkorswim?
I do.
Yeah.
Except for futures. Futures, I use Tradeovate.
Yeah.
Which is,
Well, George, this was good. Thank you very much. I think I'm going to bounce too. Just really good information.
so here's what I
enjoyed
did.
honing the skills. Oh yeah, on IWM.
Yeah. So I came back and seen this. I was asking myself, I wonder if she got out of that.
Not quite that high.
Yeah.
I did get out for just a baby win, just, you know, basically dinner money.
Yeah, I sold it here for 40.
Nice.
And then I got back in, I think here at 65.
Okay, good.
So I am in it still, it's just that I closed it here, took that 20 cent, $200, and then got back in it here at 65 instead of 60. So I'm in it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I'm about ready for some spreads to start setting up again.
Yeah, I think I don't think we're going to the moon, but I think that we're about due for a relief pop.
I think so too. I hope so. And Bitcoin, dang, I wish Bitcoin would.
Crypto
Yeah,
has been nuts.
yeah. It's not making me happy.
No, I mean, I buy every week. So I've got I've got this thing that anything below 42.5,
Mhm.
I'm buying every week. And it comes
Wow.
so close to me getting out. I was going to close all my positions above 50, and it didn't quite make it.
It should. It's just a matter of time, correct?
Oh, no, it will. Yeah, I have no doubt that it will. But I'm just saying, so that's how I swing. I swing all, and look, I'm in a lot of stuff. I have like this list right here. I'm in about 10 of these.
Yeah.
And some of them are staked. Like my ADA is staked, although I just bought more. My Matic is staked. I just bought
Yeah,
more.
so is mine. I have
My
both of those.
Soul is staked. I just bought more. Mana, I have Mana. It's not staked. I have Sheep. It's not staked. I probably should, but I didn't. But whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I do believe we just chop around in this channel for a while.
Yeah. And I think I was talking to Yates about it, and he was, saying that it's really probably going to follow the market. So as soon as the market turns around, so should crypto.
And really it shouldn't, especially Bitcoin. Bitcoin should move independently. I mean,
I would think so.
it's just, it's just, a lot of people are not getting into this whole inflation hedge thing like gold, as you would think, because if they were, this would be going up, right? Just like GLD, but it's not. And hell, GLD is not really holding on either. Although it did get a pop here. I mean, it is up, obviously, right?
Yeah. Well, I think Bitcoin's just, I feel like it's kind of just biding its time and just kind of pacing, and then I think it's going to move. I mean, you hear more and more people are using it. I mean, shoot, the mayor of Miami takes his salary in Bitcoin.
I know, isn't that great?
That is, and I think there's some football players, maybe I heard that also. And so I think but then you talk to like anybody I personally know, they're like, what is that? They have no clue. So
yeah, mine is really long term. My thinking on crypto. It started out with money that I was okay setting on fire, and I just grew it, and now I have a pretty good crypto holding, but it's all free money. Every bit of it is all free money.
nice.
So I've got almost $40,000 worth of crypto, and it's all free. It's house money. So I keep building it. I keep doing swings with it and building it. And I didn't get to sell it on this last run up because it didn't get to my levels.
Right.
But if it goes back up, I'll sell, let it come down, buy it, and I'll just keep rinsing and repeating. Now, some of it I'll keep. Like, I have some coins that I've got like a 5-year, 10-year window on. So I really don't care what it does. Like ADA is one of them. I do believe ADA has great potential.
That is one of my larger positions. And it's staked. So I'm like you, I'm just in it for a long-term position. But I've got into some mining, and we have some mining machines. In the
Nice.
company.
Like
And
Bitcoin or?
Bitcoin, yeah. And, they
The
mine every
ASIC, you got
day.
ASICs or?
Yeah. Yeah, we have our machines, the way they did it is they're at least